What's going on, YouTube? My name is ginj-tcg, or Chris, and today I'm back with a crazy Ogerpon toolbox deck. So we all know what pretty much all of these attackers do, I feel like, in the format right now, but just a quick overview if you don't. We got Teal Mask Ogerpon with the Teal Dance ability to accelerate a Grass Energy from our hand to it and then draw a card. This attack costs 3 Grass Energy and does 30 damage for each energy attached to both active Pokemon. This is a solid attacker into Dark-type decks like Tera Charizard and Marty's Grimmsnarl, hitting for weakness if they have 2 energy on their attacking Pokemon, since we will get up to the 360 damage marker, accounting for weakness. Now, there are other Pokemon in this deck, though, that we could use with the addition of Ogre's Mask very easily, where we choose a Pokemon EX in our discard pile that has Ogerpon in its name, so essentially we're choosing Wellspring Mask Ogerpon or Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon, and then we're switching it out with an Ogerpon EX in play. So basically we're getting all the energy down onto our Teal Mask Ogerpon, and then replacing that with Cornerstone or Wellspring Ogerpon in other matchups. So in Gardevoir we might need to spam something like the Wellspring Mask Ogerpon with Torrential Pump to take multiple KOs and snipe the bench, and if we're up against an ability-based deck, we're going to use Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon, which blocks all ability attackers, and then we get Demolish, which does good shred damage, but then also, you know, has a solid wall. And if we're up against something like Dragapult or Raging Bolt, we're still playing 2 copies of Lillie's Clefairy. And between the 3 Luminous Energy, the 1 Legacy Energy, and the 1 basic Psychic Energy, as well as a ton of Energy Switch, we should have no problems taking KOs on either of those Pokemon, especially when we can boost our bench with Area 0 Underdepths and get up to 8 for the Full Moon Rondo attack, doing 20 damage plus 20 more for each benched Pokemon. We can just fully bench everything and swing for massive damage into Dragapult and into Raging Bolt, which is huge, and we could hopefully 2-4-6 them before they could 2-4-6 us. I feel like this is kind of my take on a pretty solid turbo deck in the format right now. I mean, this deck has a lot of, like, different cards for different matches. I think one inclusion that I know someone might ask about is, like, Latias EX. Why am I not playing Latias EX? Well, I mean, I'm playing a deck like this where, I mean, the biggest retreat cost in this deck is 1 on literally all of the Pokemon in the deck. And while I'm here, I mean, Iron Bundle, just another switch card. Fezandipiti, or, excuse me, like, Escape Rope type switch card where I'm switching out my opponent's active. I really don't care what's in the active. I just need to get theirs out of the active, whatever situation that may be. 1 Fezandipiti for draw power, 1 Squawkabilly for the early turn setup, and then 1 Mew EX for a good genome hacking attack, which could also swing for weakness with Fairy Zone, but then we also get the restart ability to draw up to 3 cards in the hand. But anyways, you know, like, all of the Pokemon in the deck, with the exception of Mew EX, have a 1 retreat cost, and I figured since we're attacking with almost everything in this deck, I really don't need to play Latias. A simple attach retreat is not something I'm worried about in this deck. We play a good bit of Grass Energy, we've got a Rod to bring extra energy back, and we got a bunch of Vessels to search the energy out, and if they boss up something, ideally, it's a Pokemon we could pretty much attack with, and if they're not bossing up something for the KO, since there's a lot of easy 2-prize KOs, we can just promote Mew every turn and just use that free retreat as our pivot. So I'm not playing Rescue Board or Latias, and that's kind of why, in case anyone's wondering. For the ace spec, I am playing Legacy Energy. At first, I was thinking about trying to get Lily's Pearl in this deck, but then I realized that we don't have a great way to search it out, since I am going off an Iono and Research Draw engine, and I like naturally drawing into the Legacy Energy, which functions as a Rainbow Energy for my plethora of attackers, but also makes any Pokemon worth a 1-prize Pokemon. I'm assuming I'm attacking with my EX Pokemon and not Iron Bundle. But it makes any of those EX Pokemon worth just 1 prize, whereas Lily's Pearl only works on Lilies if I find it in time. Legacy Energy I could use at really any point in the game and get great value out of no matter what Pokemon it's attached to. So I kind of do like the Legacy Energy. The other ace spec I was kind of considering was Sparkling Crystal, but I think that would be more of an Arven variant if I was going the Crystal route, which I'm not with this deck. Now, I've talked about some of the items like Ogre Mask and Earthen Vessel, then we got the Rod and Night Stretcher for recovery. I think the other interesting item that we could take heavy advantage of in this deck is Tera Orb, since all of our Ogerpons, Teal Mask, Wellspring, and Cornerstone are all Tera Pokemon, so we could get great value out of 2 Tera Orbs. We got the 3 Ultra Balls just in case we need to discard any Ogerpons to take advantage of Ogre Masks, and then we have 3 Nest Balls to just, well, get Pokemon in play immediately, which is kind of epic with this deck. Now, for the supporters, like I said, 3 Iono, 3 Research. We're playing heavy draw supporters since we don't have the most insane innate draw engine. And yes, we got Teal Dance, Flip the Script, and Restart. I feel like that should be good enough, but We've also got heavy supporter counts, and then we got 2 copies of Boss, the 2/4/6, whatever my opponent's got in play. We've got 1 copy of Penny, in case my opponent does whiff a KO, or specifically in Marnie's Grimmsnarl, we can pick up an active Teal Mask Ogerpon that's taken some damage from Monkey Dories and Frostlasses, and kind of reset all that damage. Tell my opponent, hey, you gotta figure it out, and it's gonna be a little harder to do this next time. And then we also have 1 copy of Briar, because, you know, there is a good chance that my opponent is going to try to 2/4/6 us as well. And, sorry, there's a little like, fly next to me. I don't even know where that came from. That is going to bother me. I'm going to get that in between the video, or between this match right here. But anyways, Briar, yeah. There's a good chance my opponent is going to gust around something with Legacy Energy and try to 2/4/6 us. So if that's the case, we're going to try to take advantage of Briar. So when they have 2 prize cards left, we can attack with Teal Mask Ogerpon, Wellspring Ogerpon, or Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon for the KO and take an extra prize card, hopefully closing out the game that way. So hopefully between the 1 copy of Briar or Legacy Energy, we could like disrupt or take advantage of certain prize counts. And, you know, like, just kind of do our thing, try to close out some wins in the turbo build of the new Ogerpon box we got cooked up. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for the list. I hope you guys are excited for today's video. I know I am super pumped to get this one out for you guys. I mean, I've always had some fun with some Ogerpon boxes in the past. I think I've played it once on the channel. I've played it every now and then in my free time, so I figured, you know what, it kind of feels like a decent play right now with NAIC coming up. A nice little rogue pick, if you will, so I just figured, hey, let's get after it. Why not? Let's show it off. So I hope you guys are looking forward to the top of today's 3 matches and see how well we can do. Welcome to match number 1. My opponent took a mulligan, and we did see they are playing Dragapult EX Charizard Dragapult, actually, which is a match I think we are pretty comfortable taking. We got Teal Mask Ogerpon to deal with the Charizard EXs, and then we're gonna have Lillie's Clefairy to take down what do you call it? Dragapult EX. So we've got our options. I mean, yeah, okay, my lead isn't the best, sure, I know. But I am pretty confident that I can do what I need to. I think here I do have to sack the Briar, as nice a supporter as it is, just to go for Lilies here and attach the Luminous Energy. And then I could research next turn. I could go Squawk, I could go Mew. Honestly, I don't really want the liability in this matchup. I feel like our start is... It's good enough. I mean, you know, it's not the end of the world. I am probably going to lose in Area 0, so I might as well bench one now if they get the stadium bump. I mean, well, no, if I top deck Iono, then I wouldn't have wanted to do it. Yeah, we'll just hold a hand. This is fine. If they Iono me, they Iono me. Now, I am sitting behind Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon. Again, this is a situation where it's like, yeah, you know what, okay, maybe Latias or, you know, Rescue Board is ideal because, you know, now I could have dug for a pivot here, but it's like with Rescue Board, I don't have a guaranteed way to get it out. I guess Latias... I don't know. I don't really know if I need the liability for it. I don't know if that sounds insane. I just wanted to try to build a deck without it. I feel like the reason it's on my mind so much, when I first played this deck, like on the first match, the second match, excuse me, I played 3 matches. On the second one, I really did honestly want the Latias, but then on match number 3, I really wanted, a second Area 0 Underdepths, and that's what I made the cut for, was just to give me that second stadium, because I feel like it helps so much with Lillie's Clefairy against Dragapult. I really don't know what the play is there. So if you're a Latias type of person, maybe we lean towards Latias, but I feel like, honestly, if we, you know, fall down a little bit, we can still go to town with Lillie's Clefairy against this deck. I feel like we can still make it work, so I don't know. We'll see. I mean, we've got Energy Switch, right? So ideally, all I need to is a Energy Switch and a manual attached to Lillie's Clefairy, boom, KO. Right, and then I'm good. Like, Ogerpon's out of the active, and hopefully at that point we could get Mew if we need the free retreat. We'll have multiple setup Pokemon, so, you know, if they take a KO on something, we could promote an attacker. So it's like, we have ways to work around it and still attack this turn. That's the cool thing about Teal Dance, and then Energy Switch is like, hey, we can pull this off, but, you know, I'm curious to see what everyone else is thinking about the deck. Now, if I could get Iron Bundle and an attack off, that would be awesome. That would be amazing. So we're definitely going to bench Iron Bundle here, get the Area 0 down, and then rip the Research, see if the attack is possible before I go to rip it off, and it is most definitely possible. Now, Squawk is utterly useless. But I don't think I have the instant win either with Tera Orb, because I am short a Luminous Energy. So what I want to do here is definitely Teal Dance, right? We do want to get this energy down and draw a card. See if I get it. No, I don't. Okay, so I think the play is to go Charm, take the 1 prize card, or... yeah, we use Lillie's Clefairy as our attacker. We'll Charm this guy up, put it over 210, so my opponent cannot KO it with a Rare Candy Charizard EX. And I think what I want to do here is go Energy Switch, throw this energy on the active, go Hyper Blower, bring up my opponent's Dracloak, because that is a pretty scary Pokemon to have to deal with at some point. And we're just gonna go Lillie's Clefairy, swing for 160. This feels like a decent spot. I've got Night Stretcher in hand to Teal dance me one more card. I've got Boss, Tera Orb, you know. Get me some nice cards off here. If I can get Iono out of the prize cards, Energy, hey, that totally works, because that is a manual attach on an Ogerpon, and then a Night Stretcher for the other Grass Energy, and boom, that's 2 more energy. Now we have a backup attacker, and that backup attacker is, well, pretty solid at dealing with Charizard. Now, if my opponent does have Rare Candy Charizard, well, I mean, that could be pretty scary. No way. Yeah, the deck is actually fake. They just had it like that. They had the Rare Candy Charizard Defiance Band. That is exactly what they needed to swing 240 on my Lillie's Clefairy. So there's not much I can do about that. They will have an extra 2 cards from the Lillie's Clefairy, sure, and it seems like I am going to need this instant Ogerpon KO. Now they did take the first 2 prize KO, which we really do have to worry about. This could be very problematic, especially when our board state, it's kind of hurting. You know, we don't have great draw. We don't really have great support right now. That research is going to do absolutely everything for me. I'm going to Tera Orb here, and I'm going to bring out another Teal Mask Ogerpon just to try to get some Energy Switch lines set up for myself, you know, to deal with this Dragapult if my opponent can pull off the nuts. For now, I do like the Luminous Energy. Not necessarily here, though. I feel like here we have to guarantee our KO on Charizard. And I could attach the Luminous Energy. I also really don't mind saving that for a Lillie's Clefairy, but at this point, that might just be better for us, right? As a manual attach. You know what? No. Let me Night Stretcher. Let me bring back Lillie's Clefairy, maybe? No, because then I lose the Luminous. This is going to be insane. I'm going to bring back the Grass Energy. I'm going to Teal Dance one more time. I'm not going to play a supporter this turn unless I don't even know if I get Iono if I would play it. I'm probably just going to attach active. Penny, honestly, I don't hate Penny. I could totally Penny up the Ogerpon here. I like this for KO, right? Penny up Ogerpon takes out all the threats. Definitely do not need to boss this turn. Maybe this is a research turn, right? And I just bin Penny and a boss, but like, I kind of want to get aggressive here. Let's go research. I want to dig through my deck. I want to see how well I can get myself set up. I like this. I like this a lot, actually. We got the E-Switch. We got another Ogerpon. Feels pretty good. I do like having the 2 energy in hand. I don't need to charm here. I will charm this Ogerpon just in case. We've got a guaranteed KO. I think I'm just going to rock. I like having the 2 energy in hand, so if my opponent does KO my active, I can instantly set up another Ogerpon with a Teal Dance manual attach. I know I do have the energy switch. It's just I don't necessarily want to use it if I need to dig out another Lillie's Clefairy and I get 2 energy out of the prize card. So now I do kind of wish that I played that Ogerpon. I did not do literally any sort of prize checking this match. My opponent just has Fez 2 off that. They definitely got it off the prize cards. There's no way they didn't. They got a full 6-card hand and there's literally nothing I can do about it. Do they have another Rare Candy Dragapult is the question. You got Rod. So you could bring back, you know, Charmander, Charizard, Fire Energy, probably, unless you just need straight Fire Energy. And we'll see if you can get more Pokemon down than this Dreepy. No, you go double Energy Charizard. Okay, so that tells me you know you got more Charmanders in the deck. You needed the energy to get another little bit going, and you get the Badoo down. So you could retreat into Badoo. That's fine. I mean, it gives you, you know, some good item lock pressure, which is pretty solid. I think as far as we're concerned, we're just going to go with our, like, you know, double Teal Dances, set up some Ogerpons, try to go back to 2 prize cards left this turn, so that even if my opponent does take a KO, we can hopefully clean up whatever is left in the active on the final turn, whether it's, you know, an Dragapult and we could go Lillie's Clefairy, or it's a Charizard and we can go Teal Mask Ogerpon. I like having the Ogre Mask too. I mean, it's pretty solid. If they go Boss on Cornerstone Ogerpon, we'll go for the E-Switch Retreat. I don't think they will, though. I think they're kind of just going to rock with this. They got the Ultra Ball, so they can get a Dracloak, and they ban a Dragapult EX. All right, so they got rid of their entire hand this turn for a Recon Directive. That's smart, though, because now they don't need Rare Candy. Now they just need a Fire Energy, but that's also what they got rid of. Is it? Yeah, it is. Okay. I could see why they brought the 2 energy back with the Rod, because they planned on binning one, and they get Jacques to just pull out Dragapult and Dracloak. Okay. Well, this is a thing. Alright, I mean, top deck boss. Let me take out the Dracloak one time. You got the Ogerpon, which is pretty unfortunate, actually, now that I think about it. But I could retreat, and I get Iono. Honestly, I don't even hate an Iono here. Giving them a new 4 cards when I know they got Dragapult, Dracoloak, and they're going to draw a lot off Fez. I think I kind of like putting these in the bottom of their deck here. Before I do, though, let me see if I could pull out the boss's orders and just boss up this Dracoloak right now. We do have 2 Teal Dances. Honestly, we got 3 Teal Dances, which feels pretty awesome, if I do say so myself. So let's have some fun with them. See what we can do. Cornerstone, or Teal Mask. No, whoa, excuse me. Wellspring Mask Ogerpon. That was impossible for me to get out. Is a pretty cool draw. Not going to help me too much here. I think what I want to do... We'll Teal Dance one more. I like having a lot of energy in play. It gives good access to Energy Switch at literally any point in the game. We get a Vessel, which is not going to help me. I'm going to attach here, and then I am going to rip the Iono and just keep the Heavy Disruption. We know they got 2 amazing cards in their hand that they need for the puzzle. Just going to put them on the bottom of the deck, and we get a Legacy Energy, Luminous Energy, Wellspring Mask, Ogerpon. That's nuts. Alright, now, since we have 200 HP left, and that is relevant for Dragapult EX to take a KO, I am going to retreat. Been a Grass Energy, throw my other Ogerpon in the active, and swing for 120 damage, and do some good damage to Badoo, take a KO. Now we got 2 prize cards left. So now we just need a solid Lillie's Clefairy line. We need a 2-shot a Dragapult, 1-shot a Charizard EX. I mean, there's some different things we could do. My hand, pretty bad. Not gonna lie, doesn't feel great. I do have Rod, so you know, if I top deck Nest Ball, or honestly, I don't know. There's a lot I kind of want to top deck. Research. I don't really need the Iono at this point. I kind of like the Research, just to draw big, take out a Dragapult 1-shot. We know my opponent's going to have a ridiculously massive hand. I'm kind of just hoping that since they're digging off the top, you know, there's one... Oh, okay, they got their Tera Orb for Dragapult. Well, I tried. I tried to go for the Disruption. They did use Flip the Script this turn. No, they did not. They just recon directed and drew a card. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. They still have Flip the Script, but they got no more draw. There's no more Dracloaks in play, so that's the... Oh, well, I guess that is draw. They got 3 cards off it. I don't even know what I'm saying. I just got out of class, full day of work. You guys already know how it is. We're tired and rambling already. My opponent needs a Fire Energy. We know there's 2 in the deck, and there's 2 in the discard pile. We know there was none in their hand before he played the Iono, so I feel like the likelihood they could pull out a Fire Energy isn't bad. They could take a Dracoloak off this for sure. That's definitely their best bet. Let them recon directive another 2. It's just how many... Oh, Rare Candy Charizard again. Why? Are we down both boss? We just won, right? Yeah, because we Iron Bundled in the beginning. That's right, that's right. Okay, so if I can get my other... If you Rare Candy Charizard, that is the world's easiest boss KO. No, never mind. You just had the Fire Energy in hand. Okay, my fault. And you go Counter Catcher on the damaged Ogerpon. Alright. That's respectable. There's really not much I can do about it, to be honest. I mean, if you have another boss's orders, you could eat... Oh, you go Iono. No, I kind of like this hand. I loved having the Legacy Energy when you had 2 prize cards left. And I get boss. Oh my gosh. Well, that's awesome. I might not be able to use it, though. I might have to go Iono and just put them the 2 cards as well. Especially since I'm not taking a KO, though they're only at 2 cards. So is the boss even... Or is the Iono even worth it? I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know if either of our supporters are worth it. I'm not taking a KO this turn. They could put 6 damage counters on the Ogerpon with the Charm, because that is my guaranteed next attacker. They put 30. Oh. Do you have boss in hand? Oh, wait, no, we have to Iono. They're taking 2 prize cards. Yeah, we always put them to 2. Always. Okay. I guess, I don't know what they're looking for. Honestly, I have no idea what their route is. Nest Ball, I do love. I really don't mind a Fez here. It just allows me to draw a little deeper at some point, which feels pretty cool. Sadly, I haven't been able to get Wellspring Mask Ogerpon in the discard pile yet either, so I can't even try to snipe a couple Pokemon. I think we just go Iono, put them to 2, and then flip the script, and put myself up to 5. And we get a Iono Nest Ball. I'm going to see if I could... Fez, if I could go flip the script, get Rod before Nest Ball, so I could get Lillie's Clefairy down, and get Mew. Actually, I could get Lillie's Clefairy down. Right? And I could dig pretty deep, honestly. You know what? Let's take Lillie's Clefairy. And at this point, let's just kind of bench everything. See if I could restart for the KO. Right? Get a little Ogerpon. Get a little Mew EX. We'll go Energy Switch. We'll move this energy onto Lillie's Clefairy. If I could get a Psychic Energy, Legacy Energy, or Luminous Energy off these 2 cards, we got game. Because we got KO and Dragapult. Boom. Literally, why? Like, this is high-tier gaming. That is a hard way to be. We are swinging 480. We are taking RKO on Dragapult. That was a nuts last turn, dude. That felt so good. His deck is actually insane. wait. Like, processing that last turn, that was nuts. Like, that was just such a clean combo. You know, we kept it consistent. We realized we had one mission. It was to get Clefairy out. That's our Dragapult counter, right? And we saw the Charizard counter, too. I mean, literally the 2 things that we're talking about. I mean, Marnie's Grimmsnarl, Ogerpon is effectively the same thing. And I feel like between Grimmsnarl and Dragapult, those are like 2 of the big 3 in the format right now going into NAIC. The other one is Gardevoir, where Wellspring Mask Ogerpon is like your go-to guy in that match. Especially if you could bully away the Shaman and stuff like that. You're abusing the Wellspring. So, yeah, match number 1, success. We're 1-0. Let's hop into match number 2 and see if we could cook up a guaranteed positive record for ourselves. Welcome to match number 2. We lead Wellspring Mask Ogerpon. We honestly got a decent hand for ourselves. I mean, we could go for a little saw block. You know, my opponent's got the Pidgey, the Shaman. Do they get the Ethan Cyndaquil out? I wouldn't be shocked. And they get the Yeah, they gotta stop giving me Charizard, dude. Like, there's no way. There's no way. We go Artisan, Iron Bundle, dog. We are about to hit them with the nastiest saw block. And I get a Tera Orb. Oh my god, I could start charging up Teal Mask Ogerpon right now. Even the Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon is amazing in this matchup. We actually just have a disgusting amount of threats. Do I go Saw Block on Pidgey, actually? You might have Rare Candy Pidgey. You put the energy on Pidgey, though. You're trying to line yourself up for a retreat. So I think I always go to shut down the retreat. I don't mind. Do I even want Iron Bundle? Actually, I don't think I want it yet. I think I just leave this. This is fine. My opponent has 4 cards in hand. Honestly, I really don't know if I even want to Squawk. Like, I feel like Squawk is such a liability, and there's absolutely no need for me to have it in play. I feel like I just go Research, right? We attach the energy to active and Research here and call it a day. And just vibe off this. And we got Nest Ball, E-Switch, Ogerpon. Okay, we could work with this. So we definitely go Vessel here. And I feel like we could bin Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon. When I get this guy in play, ideally, it's going to be with Ogre's Mask. Since this is a Charizard deck, I want to try to just do all the damage I can with Teal Mask Ogerpons and maybe lead the game with the Torrential Pump. I mean, we'll see what I could draw into. I'm going to take 2 energy out of this Vessel here. I'm going to hold the next Vessel just for next turn in case I need to discard another Ogerpon or just thin the hand down a little bit. I don't need to clog my hand with energy. That Luminous Energy is nuts. I've got guaranteed Torrential Pump next turn. So if my opponent can't evolve, retreat, something of the sorts, I'm going to snipe Pidgey. Or I'm going to take Pidgey out. I'm not going to be able to kill the bench because they do have Shaman, which is kind of unfortunate because they do prevent, all their benched Pokemon that don't have a rule box from your opponent's Pokemon. So yeah, there's not much I can do about the Shaman. Although, no, actually, now that I think about it, I could just boss up Shaman, take it out with Torrential Pump. Right? Maybe? They got Chi-Yu. Alright, that's fine. I'm not scared of a Chi-Yu. It's a good counter to Teal Mask Ogerpon. Yes, I will admit that. There's not much I can do about that. Do you go TM Evo? That's probably a smart line for you. Right? And I go for the boss KO on Shaman or Chi-Yu. Maybe I don't even care. And maybe you get Rare Candy Charizard, right? And I go retreat, boss KO Charizard. Oh, maybe. 2, 4, 6, 7 first. They got Ultra Ball and Defiance Band. Oh my god, wait. They actually might be going for the Rare Candy. They might have the Rare Candy in there. No, they go Gust. What? What? In what world? Okay. Maybe I take out their only Charmander then. Right? We go boss on Charmander. And they kind of figure it out off that. They didn't get another Charmander down. I don't necessarily need to take Shaman. I feel like if I could boss KO that guy, that would be pretty awesome. So I do kind of like the... I don't need another Ultra Ball, I don't think, at this point, but I am going to hold on to it. I'm going to Teal Dance the 1 energy. I got the Energy Switch manual attached for Torrential Pump. Lillie's Clefairy is going to be absolutely useless, so I am going to get rid of it with Earthen Vessel, because it's not going to do much for me. I'm going to take 2 more energy, so that I could keep setting up some Ogerpons while being conservative about my Energy Switch. I don't know, it's kind of weird. I'm surprised they didn't get a Charizard or another Charmander in play. I don't think I'm going to force it, though. I'm just going to keep doing my thing. I do have Iron Bundle in the deck at any point, which is fine, but I really do like the KO. And I don't even have to get rid of the energy, in all honesty, which could be pretty huge, because then I could Torrential Pump. No, well, honestly, I don't mind. No, I don't get rid of the energy here. I don't know how they take a KO. And I'm not doing damage to the bench. I just take out their Charmander and tell them to figure it out. And we call it a day here. Take the 1 prize card. I know I'm only taking 1 prize card. I'm going to hopefully get another KO with this Ogerpon. I didn't use Tera Orb or Ultra Ball. I didn't use Ultra Ball because I definitely don't want to discard stuff in my hand. But did I just take Tera Orb out of the prizes? That's a good... No, I took Luminous Energy. Tera Orb, I mean, that is a lot of good cards. That is Cornerstone Ogerpon. That's another Wellspring Ogerpon. I mean, I don't know. I want to see how my opponent responds to this. They have an 8-card hand. I need to be careful. They can't Rare Candy Charizard this turn. If they do play Mela or something like that, they could set up Chi-Yu and get some good damage done, but I think as long as we could get 2 prize cards with Wellspring Mask Ogerpon, we've done our job. Wow, they played Duskull in this deck. That's nuts. We didn't see a Duskull yet. We just need to take the first 2 prize cards. I really don't care what happens after that. Whatever it's on, so be it. If they do get Pidgeot in play on their active and attack with Pidgeot's attack, that is kind of annoying, because there's a good chance I'm not going to... Oh my god, they got Hero's Cape? What? Oh no. Oh man, okay, wait. If they leave Pidgeot in the active, though, because it's tanky, right? I just go Artisan for Iron Bundle. They'll probably give me Fezandipiti. But when they give me Fezandipiti, then I just go Torrential Pump. And I put some damage onto Pidgeot and Fez. And that's probably, that's the best we could do. But are they going to give me Fez? Like, that's also a big if. And yeah, they got the Blustering Wind attack, but I don't know if I care. I guess it sets up Chi-Yu nicely. And Defiance Ban. Oh my god, they are setting up this Pidgeot for war. Oh my gosh. Alright, they got 3 cards in hand. I'm not taking a KO this turn, so their hand will stay pretty static, but they do have access to Quick Search. Which, I mean, hey, you know, this is kind of problematic. They have about 240 HP left. Is there a world where I could take a KO? I really don't think so. They got rid of the stadium. Oh, so I can't even get down my Iron Bundle too. Smart play for my opponent. Alright, let's Teal Dance. Let's get this ball rolling. Right? And then another Ogre's Mask. Is this a situation where I drop down into Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon? Right? Because they can't Chi-Yu here. That's actually feels pretty good, in all honesty. I don't really need the Torrential Pump. Swing for 100. I'm not doing any damage to the bench. Not really swinging onto Fez. Let's do it, man. You want to deal with an Ogerpon? Deal with an Ogerpon. I don't know, I have much HP left, sure. But, I mean, you've got one annoying ability to deal with, and Chi-Yu is not going to work until you get 2 energy down. Now here I think I do need to Tera Orb. Night Stretcher is not going to get me much, so I might have to bin it. I think we just go Tera Orb and take our last Teal Mask out of the deck. And then, you know what? I am going to attach this here. And then just rip a Research. I could attack, so we're fine. I'm not affected by resistance, so I am still 2-shotting them pretty much no matter what. Bravery Charm's kind of nice. I mean, does that protect me on the active? It does. If they evolve, although I didn't knock them out, they do 50 damage. I got 40 HP left, so I actually kind of like the Bravery Charm on the active. And I think in a situation like this, I try to protect my set-up Ogerpon as well at 260, and then I'll Teal Dance here. And this feels pretty good, right? And Energy Switch too. Yeah, it's kind of nice. All right. We don't pass, excuse me. We demolish, we attack, and call it a day here. I mean, this feels good. We swing 120. That's why. Wait, why? What? Huh? Am I missing something? Aren't we supposed to swing for 140? Oh, it said 140. Did I just misread that? That's pretty bad. Good job, Chris. I don't know why I could have sworn that said 120, but maybe I'm just going insane. You got quick search. You did retreat the Pidgeot, which is fair. But again, as long as I take the first 2 prize cards, I'm good, and that Pidgeot EX is set up for a boss KO at some point in the game, and that's really good enough for me. I do have 1 more boss's orders in the deck, and they got a Hero's Cape on Charizard. Okay, so I'm going to need some extra energy on an Ogerpon for sure, because we're swinging 360. They're going to get up to 430. So, you know, assuming that Charizard is set up when we attack it, we swing 360. Another 60 damage would put us at 420. I'm going to need 2 extra energy on an Ogerpon. That's a lot. It is not ideal, but hey, I mean, can't stop them all. Legacy Energy on the Ogerpon doesn't feel bad. I kind of do like an Iono here, and they are setting themselves up nicely. But they still can't attack Ogerpon unless they attack with Chi-Yu. So if I can get boss on Chi-Yu, like, I feel awesome. I get Iono. I don't even necessarily want to Iono here. I don't really want to do anything here, to be honest. Right? I could attach this here. And if I take 2 prize cards, they're swinging 240. They already did play their Defiance Band. They don't have space for a Dusknoir yet. Let's get this down. I don't need to dig to anything. I got Energy Switch to swing guaranteed next turn, which feels pretty good. I think I just take the first 2 prize cards and just open up with that. My opponent, yeah, they got guaranteed Chi-Yu KO. Alright, sure. It's fine. I will figure something out. I've got Ultra Ball for... I mean, you know, I can't even go Iron Bundle, because they'll just give me Shaman, right? And then it's like, well, that did effectively nothing. You got another Charmander down. Yeah. And you got the, wow, manual attach, instant Charizard, instant 3 energy. I think I might have to fall down here on the odd prize card. There's not much I can do about that. Because I can't ball, unless I top deck boss, it's really, or I could go for Fez. Because at this point, what's another prize liability, right? And if I could flip the script into boss's orders, that feels pretty good. I could get rid of Area 0. We really don't need it. It's not really doing much for me. The Psychic Energy, I mean, an energy to manual attach for Myriad Leaf Showers, an energy to manual attach for Myriad Leaf Shower. Like, I don't hate keeping the energy. They go Iono, so they take all the decisions out of my mind. That's, honestly, that's okay. What do I see here? That's going to be the most important thing. I got Ogre's Mask, Energy Switch. Oh my god, wait. Actually, I've got the world's dirtiest play. Oh, they set me up quite nicely. So I think in a situation like this, they take the KO on the active, right? We promote Teal Mask Ogerpon. I'm going to Ogre's Mask that Ogerpon into Wellspring Ogerpon, swing for 200 damage because of weakness onto Chi-Yu, and then this Pidgeot has 120 HP left, and if you remember, we do 120 to bench, and Shaman only protects non-rule box Pokemon. So, right? Let me double check. Yeah. Pidgeot's got a rule box. That thing's gonna die. So we'll take 3 prize cards the following turn, which will leave me with 1 left, put me at a Briar range, and we'll sit in a pretty good spot. So, you know what? Well played. Well played. But I like the spot I'm sitting in. I'm curious to see how you respond. You got 9 cards in hand. I have a ridiculous turn lined up, in all honesty. I also take out their quick search. That's no, oh my god, and a research topic. All right, well, let's use all these cards. Let's go Ogre's Mask. Let's get this guy down. Switch out the active, right? First and foremost. Then I think what I want to do is rod back an Ogerpon, a Teal Mask Ogerpon, and 2 energy. Right? Just keep our energy in the deck. Keep us another Ogerpon. You never know when that's going to help. I don't need to E-switch. Really don't. Definitely don't want to Ultra Ball here. I kind of just like the research. I kind of want to just get a bigger hand. This is fine. I don't need to play any of this. Like, it doesn't help too much here. I mean, okay. You know what I will do? I will play the Luminous here, because that's just an extra energy. You never know when that's going to help out. I will do that. And then I think all I need to do is Torrential Pump and shuffle 3 into the deck. And we're cool. We're chilling. Would I like to shuffle energy into your deck? Yes, I would. So that I can do 120 damage right over here. Take 3 prize cards. Call it a day. Bada bing, bada boom. There's Chi-Yu gone. Huge threat gone. There's Pidgeot gone. That's your instant search engine. Yes, I know you've got flipped the script. I got 1 prize card left. What are you going to do? Attack with Charizard? I'm ready for that. I am ready. Double E-switch. Energy in hand. How many Iono has my opponent played? Have they played enough Iono To the point where, no, they've only played one. Okay, so I'm at a huge Iono risk. And there's no way they don't have it. In a 9-card hand, flip the script, they go boss. Okay. All right, now things get a little trickier. That's for sure. That is not ideal. However, this guy does have the Legacy Energy, so they're only taking 1 prize card off it. So we'll see what I can do. We'll see what I can do. Is there a world where I could do this? Can I get enough energy down? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. We'll see. I mean, if I have to 2-shot, I think I'm okay with that here. Iono feels awesome though. That's definitely for sure. We definitely need to bench this guy, just in case. We're already swinging 240. Now we're swinging 300. I'm not sure. I really don't. I mean, we do have Ultra Ball. That helps. That helps a lot. Do I Ogre Mask here? Does Ogre Mask save me? Can I do something with that? I don't think so. Right? We could take Fez. That always feels pretty good. Yeah, I don't see a world where Wellspring Mask Ogerpon is the way to be. Still can't snipe the bench. I mean, I guess I could. You know what? If I get... No, because even if I go Iron Bundle, get Wellspring here. If I go Iron Bundle, they promote Fezandipiti. I think I just need to swing into Charizard, first and foremost. Do I Iono here and then flip the script? Because I have my 2 Energy Switch in hand, and I believe those are the last 2 in my deck. I think I have to. I think I just go for the 2-shot in a situation like this and call it a day, right? Like, that's fine. I mean, I go down to 1 prize card, but then I flip the script. They got 3 cards, and I'm not taking a KO. That's an energy. That's nice. Feels pretty good. Let's flip here. I need to guarantee my attack more than anything. That feels pretty good. I could shuffle the deck, too, in case I get that Energy Switch. I'd really like that about now. And I'm going to take a Mew. Doesn't, it's sure, easy boss target, so is my entire bench. You know, like, whatever at this point. Let's manual attach to the active. Let's Teal dance to this guy. See if I get a playable card, which will allow me to restart for 2. That's the playable card, restart for 2. And we know what a restart for 2 could do. That won me last game. And I get an Ogre's Mask and an Energy. Again, don't think I need to Ogre's Mask. Really, really like having it in the hand, though. Feels pretty good. Let's just swing 360. I mean, I didn't take the KO. So my opponent is stuck with the 4-card hand unless they got the absolute nuts out of it. In which case, like, all right, yeah, you got me. I got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 1 Grass Energy in hand and 1 in the deck unless it's the last prize card. How many? No, you just swing for KO. All right, well, that's fine, right? I can draw heavy. How many Luminous Energy have I played? I might have played all 3 at this point. Hold up. I played 2. Okay, so I have 1 Luminous Energy. 1. That's good. That's good. We promote Ogerpon. I either have the KO or I don't at this point. So this is fine. I've got good draw, though, which feels pretty good. And I get an Energy Switch. That's doesn't really help. Not really a card I get them. I think I'm just going to Teal dance here. And then we're going to get that down. And then Nest Ball, honestly, it's 1 card out of the deck. We can check what's in the deck as well. We've got 2 energy that could work. And a Vessel is a good card to draw into as well. I don't play Iron Bundle here. I think I guarantee the most cards. Since Research wasn't one of the cards in the deck, we have played all 3 Research. Iono is our best bet to drop down to 1 card and then restart for 2, then flip the script for 3. And that's probably our best bet. Boss is a pretty cool card to draw into. Not going to help me out much here. I think the restart is just a little bit better, and boom, we got game. I did use the Teal dance, right? Yeah, so I just attached. Don't even need flip the script. We're good. We swing 360. Whew, that was way more stressful for some reason. But, I mean, we still made it through. I honestly wasn't even that stressful. I don't know. I feel like we kind of just rocked it. Like, yeah, they had 1 prize card left. I wasn't that worried about pulling off the KO at the end. I feel like we were all right. I don't know. Yeah, either way, we're 2-0. So, we're chilling. Let's hop into match number 3 and fight for that perfect record. Welcome to match number 3. My opponent chose to go first. They lead Mew EX, and I have an absolute banger of a starting hand. I've got the Ogre's Mask, which I'm probably just going to research away. More importantly, I got the Tera Orb to get me whatever I need out of the deck, and I'm up against Team Rocket's Arbok. Okay, this is going to be a ton of fun. That's a deck I might need to check out, in all honesty. Let me know if you want to see that. I mean, they do shut down evolving Pokemon. Sadly for my opponent, I'm not an evolving deck. Also, Cornerstone Ogerpon, probably going to... Oh my god, wait, I can pull it off. Oh my gosh, no way I can actually pull off the Ogre's Mask turn 1. Well, I mean, I feel like I must, right? Team Rocket's Arbok is ability lock, right? Like they lock, isn't it? I think it is. I don't know. We're gonna find out because I'm literally just gonna full send it. Don't need Energy Switch. I'm playing a research here, so we're just gonna bin that guy, and we're gonna take out. Do I go Squawk? No, we don't Squawk here. We take out another Teal Mask just in case. Yeah. And then we might as well play Area 0. I'm gonna research anyways. We'll go Ogre's Mask, switch this guy out for Cornerstone Ogerpon, leave that in the active, see what my opponent's got in terms of figuring this guy out. My hand isn't awesome, but that's fine. I mean, we got a manual attachment here, which is something. I'm gonna Bravery Charm it just in case. Yeah. Cool. All right, let's see what they got. 2 Luminous Energy, really not going to help me out at all. But, I mean, you know, we got a couple... yes, 1 Cornerstone Mask Ogre upon his prize, but we have 2 more Ogre's Mask item cards, so I can easily get Cornerstone Mask back in play. I've got a Luminous Energy for my bench Teal Mask Ogerpon, which is going to set that play up more. And they Ultra Ball away a Team Rocket's Energy in a Rod. That is painful. And they take out Team Rocket's Arbok, which does have the ability that I was thinking about. I was really hoping it wasn't text of an attack, like the effect of an attack, that lockdown ability Pokemon, but it's not, which is good. So that works out perfectly for us. They've got a whole bunch of ability Pokemon, but Mimikyu, actually, now that I think about it, Mimikyu is not an ability Pokemon. Wow, they actually don't do any damage to us because we prevent ability Pokemon from attacking us, and then also, since we're a Tera Pokemon, we prevent bench damage, so we kind of just big body our opponent. I think what I want to do is put on the high pressure. So I'm going to Teal Dance and Energy here and kind of just dig for Energy Switch. And I get an Ultra Ball, so that's about what I get. That's fine. I think I just attached Luminous Energy. I could play the Iono, but like for what? I'm really not scared of my opponent doing anything. I could go Boss. Again, not scared of my opponent doing anything. Not taking a KO. I think we just play this one slow. We played the first 2 very aggressive. I think the Turbo deck is going to slow itself down and call it a day there. Again, if they start spamming Ghost Eyes, we got Shred. I can get through pretty easy. They got a small hand. I don't want to Iono them to a new 6. I'm pretty comfortable with what we're rocking with here. I think I just attach to the active, pass it on over to my opponent. I'll wait to dig out an energy. When their hand gets to like 5 cards, like next turn, I'll Iono. I give them an extra card. I give them an extra card. At that point, whatever. It's more just like, can I dig an energy out at that point and get rid of their Arbok, but more importantly, 2 more Team Rocket's energy, so there's only 1 left in the deck, and they play Alakazam EX. What? Okay, well, that thing can attack Teal Mask, or Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon, so that's a bit of a problem with Mind Jack, right? Because they're doing 90 damage, and then, or no, it would be Dimensional Hand. They could use it if it's on the bench, or Mind Jack. Mind Jack's doing nothing right now, though. Doing 120 damage. And we're alright. That 3 shots us. I'm more scared. The Mew EX could copy us, too. I got no energy in here. No, I got a Psychic Energy. You know what? We're going to put on the pressure early. I don't care about this Arbok. What I want to do is boss up this Alakazam. No. Maybe I do take the KO. They can't set up either Pokemon next turn. Either Mew or Alakazam. Wherever they put the energy, I boss that, start attacking that guy. So let's do that. Let's take a prize card. Let's see what we got. We get a research. Honestly, not bad. I'm going to Iono way before I research. I'm not wasting 2 Ionos, and I'm most definitely not wasting a boss's orders in a situation like this. They got Team Rocket's Ekans in the active spot. Bossing Mew hurts just because they got a free retreat pivot on it, but I do need to get the first attack onto it. Right? I don't know. I feel like Alakazam's not bad either, because if they attach retreat Alakazam, Like, that's... it's got 310 HP. We're going to be, like, 3-shotting that, most likely. Maybe... Do I look for another Ogre's Mask and go the Wellspring Ogerpon route? Maybe. You got Flip the Script. You got Fezandipiti. You got 3 cards. Okay, so they're going to be drawn pretty well over the course of the next couple turns. And you got another Team Rocket's Arbok. Okay. Valid. I think as long... We go to 2, 4, 6, 7. They didn't attach an energy. That's very important for us. I really do kind of like the Ultra Ball to get a Wellspring in the discard pile, right? Because then I could Vessel it away. I think I actually do get rid of an Iono and a Research here. And I take a Teal Mask Ogerpon just because that feels so valuable in this matchup in such a clutch situation. We can get rid of the Ogerpon. We're just dealing with a little bit of game lag, which, you know what, at this point I think I've just accepted over the past couple of videos. It's literally... maybe it's like because OBS is on, because it's always when I'm recording. Oh, I might have Steam running in the back too, although I don't know, sometimes it just messes my whole shtick up. Why can't I... Oh, I can't play Pokemon from... Playing a Pokemon that has an ability from there. And oh, it's not evolution Pokemon, it's ability Pokemon. Ew. Well, I misread that. Oh boy. Do I boss now to get another Ogerpon down? Because Ogerpon is going to be wildly helpful. And what I could do is I could even take Fez, right? Or I just swing for KO. You didn't get an energy down. I don't really want to give you more cards, though. I could deal with Mew with the Teal Mask Ogerpon. Give me Fez. You want to attach Retreat, you attach Retreat. For now, I'm just gonna demolish, you know? Oh, I could have played the Ogerpon there. I got Arbok out of the active. Whatever. You got 3 cards in hand. If you got a attach Retreat and an Arbok. I misplayed. I move on. We're figuring this matchup out as we go. It's safe to say I've never played against Team Rocket's Arbok before, so this is a pretty cool deck to see. They do have the restart for 1. Wait, what did they play? They drew... Oh, they played Team Rocket's Energy, and you gotta research. Be for real. Alright. Well, if you attach Retreat to Fez, you're not attaching to Mew EX or Alakazam. If you attach to either of those guys, I'm swinging for KO on Fez. My Ogerpon has taken 3 prize cards before it dies, which is very, very important. So they're going to Vessel. They're going to get a Dark Energy and a Psychic Energy out from their deck, and they pass. Oh, well, I feel like in a situation like this, I kind of just bench a little bit of everything. We go for a little Teal dance. I think I kind of want to just set up some Ogerpons across the board. I feel pretty good about that. I don't mind a clutch Clefairy to deal with Alakazam at some point. I think here I kind of do just want to Iono. I don't want to play Clefairy because, I don't know, I feel like it's pretty easy for my opponent to genome hacking, copy, KO, something like that. Penny's big. Penny's actually huge the more I think about it. But you know what else is huge? Demolish 4 KO on Fez after we just watched my opponent Vessel for a lot of energy, not attach either of them, and then we Iono them to the bottom of the deck. And sure, they might have an energy out of the Iono, that's fair, but they lost Fez and they lost 2 energy on the bottom of their deck. That feels pretty good for us. They're gonna need a great way to get 2 energy on the Mew EX, and I don't know how my opponent does that. They got another Kadabra down too. Okay. I think what we want to do here is boss up Alakazam, right? No. How much do you swing for with Mind Jack? You Iono me. That's alright. So let me figure this out. Mind Jack 30 for each of my opponent's bench Pokemon. I got 3 bench Pokemon. They're swinging for 180 damage. It's not a one-shot. Not a one-shot. And I do have an Ogre's Mask here to get me out Teal Mask Ogerpon, which could take a KO on Kadabra plus Mew? No, I don't do that though. I think the best play for us, I don't even know if I Nest Ball for anything. I don't want to, I'm just going to say another 5. I don't really need another Pokemon in play in case you play Jamming Tower. I think we just go Demolish and just put pressure on Mew. Right? I mean, hold up, wait. What if Iron Bundle here, you give me Alakazam, I get good damage down to it. You give me any other Pokemon, I'm taking a prize card, dropping down to 2 prize cards. There's no way this isn't the play, right? Like, this has to be our play, and then we just sit on 2 cards. Because, like, what do you give me here that I'm scared of? Yes, I am taking multiple attacks on this Alakazam anyways. I have to do that for the KO. It's powerful, right? You get a second energy down, I try to beef up an Ogerpon, deal with it that way. I think we just go Demolish here. And then what I could do is I could Ogerpon for Wellspring Mask Ogerpon. I can take a KO on Kadabra or Abra, because you probably aren't going to evolve both this turn into Alakazam. And then I get more damage done to Alakazam, so that Teal Mask Ogerpon can finish it off, and you go Coruscant's Tenacity. For what? Like, what? You haven't showed your ace spec. I was going to say Neutralization Zone could be a little scary. I'm going to need Ogerpon a little bit more for that shred. It would get through the stadium, and you go into Kadabra, so that guarantees me another good attack into Alakazam EX while taking a KO on Kadabra, which I think just sets me up pretty well. And sure, you got it. You're going to KO my active. I have to accept that. I just want to get full value out of it before that happens. How many Iono are in the discard pile? I don't want to use my last Iono here. By researching, that is, because this is definitely a research angle. We go Ogre's Mask. This has to be the Ogre Wellspring match. Right? And then also I saved the 3 energy, which is like, that's so sweet. No, I don't hate, I hold the hand. I don't need anything, really. I could research dig for boss. You know what? Maybe I'm just so far ahead I just research. Try to dig deeper than my deck. Make it easier to get boss for just game. That's probably the play. How many... There's 2 Ogre... Oh, we have 1 Ogre Mask in hand, too. So it's like... That's just guaranteed game, right, with Wellspring, which feels pretty good. And I'll start loading up an Ogerpon here. Yeah, my game is getting laggier by the second at this point. But you know what? Whatever. Oh, and I have boss in hand, too. I didn't even know. Okay, so I got boss and Ogre's Mask for just game. So we're going to Torrential Pump. Definitely putting 3 energy in the deck. 100% taking a KO. Yes, I would love to do that. And yes, we go KO on Kadabra. Now, I guess, you know, there was a world where it's like I could have done damage to Mew the turn before, and then I could have put 100 damage on Alakazam and then taken 2 prize cards off the Mew, but then I still would have had to deal with the Alakazam. I feel like this just guarantees me game in so many more options. Like, I don't even know how my opponent does anything here. You have to attack for KO. If you don't, I am going to dig much farther. You got 3 energy on your active to retreat. And you move it to the bench. But Alakazam isn't a Tera, so I could just go Ogre's Mask for Wellspring Ogerpon again. You go Iono. See, that's what you had to do. You had to put my Ogerpon in some pressure. But I just got the attached retreat. But I don't have anything else. I could just Sob log it. Sob log. No. You take KO. Okay. That's cool. We promote this guy. It's got 3 energy. It's not extra, but that's good. I got a something to dig my way out, right? I gotta flip the script, which is sweet. It's not bad. Then I get Legacy Energy and 2 more energy. Awesome. Well, I guess I had that one coming. I mean, I do have an energy switch. If I could dig out 1 more energy switch, I could actually just set up Ogerpon right now, which is pretty sweet. Do I have 1 more in the deck? I've got 3 more in the deck. Yeah, this works. I don't really want to boss. Well, now I kind of want to boss it, or not boss. But you know what? They could boss KO Ogerpon. But you know what? If they do that, they do that. I think we just it'll have this on it, which feels good. We just play everything, go Mew, go restart, and then I could energy switch and energy off the active, and then again restart for 2, man. Restart for 2 is done as well in the past couple matches. I have no... Yeah, I was going to say I'm not worried about it failing me now. Do I even rod? I have nothing to rod. I think I just... What? I could retreat and Sob block, but then they just attach retreat, go Alakazam, Mind Jack for game. I think all I do is just pass. That's fine. Yeah, we're in a fine spot here. I've got game in hand / on board. I've got game in hand, because if they don't KO my Wellspring Mask Ogerpon here, I attach the Wellspring Mask Ogerpon, put it in the active spot, and then, you know, just retreat into Wellspring Mask Ogerpon, swing for Torrential Pump KO. on Alakazam EX. And you get Fez back in the deck. You definitely need a Nest Ball. Nest Ball's not going to do anything for Fez. We didn't take a KO. You attach the energy to Kadabra. You're trying to set up another Alakazam EX, I'd imagine. And you go Boss. Oh my god. No, but you attach the Kadabra so you can't retreat. Oh my god, they had game. No, yeah, they had game. What? Unless you play something at the retreat now. Do you play Latias? Don't you dare put a Latias down. You put Fez down. Alright, good. I was going to say, yo, if you attach that energy to Mimikyu and then went into Dimensional Hand... No, excuse me, you went into Mind Jack. If you went into Mind Jack... Oh, wait, no, you brought Fez in the active. What? Huh? Okay. Alright. We figured these out. Let's keep loading this guy up. Right? Maybe this is where we go Rod just a thin. Tera Orb, thin, whatever. Sure, nothing. I don't need anything. I'm kind of just digging here. I don't really want to... How much damage are they doing? If they went Mind Jet, where did it go? What? What? Where did their Alakazam go? Their Alakazam is gone. Alright. Whatever. I'm assuming their Alakazam is there on their end, so I'm gonna put, I still have one Ogre's Mask in the deck, right? Yeah, I do. Okay, so I'm gonna put just Iron Bundle back, because that should be all we need. I'm gonna attach the active, so I can retreat. Now, assuming Alakazam is here, they can Mind Jack for 90 plus 30 for each bench Pokemon. That's 3, 6, 9, 12. They're swinging 210, so that's KO on Teal Mask Ogerpon. Nothing I can do about it. We 100% bench Squawk here, so I could restart for 3. And see if I get an Energy Switch to guarantee me game. And I don't, but I get Ogre's Mask, which is game. That works. Alright, cool. We're going to throw this guy in the active. I still have a Teal Mask Ogerpon, right? In the discard. Yes, I do, because I only routed back Iron Bundle. We go Ogre's Mask. We take back the Wellspring Ogerpon. Yeah, this was the trickiest one to navigate. I totally misremembered that Arbok ability. That thing is annoying. Oh my gosh. Torrential Pump doesn't do any damage to Mimikyu. But that does not mean that this Kadabra on your bench is not a prime target for KO. Wait, oh my god, I was supposed to do that on Alakazam, but it's not there. Duh. I had 2 prize cards left. Alright, whatever. That's fine. It's fine. You take a KO on active, I don't even know. I don't even know what's going on. I feel like that visual bug threw me off so much just because, I don't know, your 2 prize Pokemon with so much damage onto it just disappeared off the face of the earth. Like, hello? Oh, Lord. And it's back! Oh my god, I literally, I wonder if I could have clicked on it. I can't believe I forgot. Oh. Well, doesn't feel that bad. Good Penny. Good Penny. Pick this guy up. It's just a waste of attack from my opponent. 0 doesn't change. We promote Mew. I think we just bench everything, restart for 2. Because, like, they could Mind Jack for KO and whatever they want. At this point, I just want to see if I could guarantee my game one more time. I get Boss. Doesn't help me here. Do I even care if you attack my active? I really don't think I do. If you want to use another boss, use another boss. Ultra Ball's really not going to say, man, I do really like having boss's orders in hand because that actually does guarantee me game pretty much. You know what? Let's just pass. You want to retreat into Alakazam, that's fine. You retreat into Alakazam, I promote Teal Mask Ogerpon, I take game. You want to retreat into Mew EX, you're not going to do anything, we both have genome hacking. You want to promote into Team Rocket's Arbok, you could swing for 60 damage to active and another 30 damage to this Fez, as well as Squawk and Iron Bundle, doesn't do anything. You attach the energy to Mew EX, it's not on Mew, so I don't see a retreat, I see a Dimensional Hand, which means I got game off boss, and I am now going to take out that Alakazam. Well, that got delayed a little bit, but we made it there in the end. No, I don't need to do anything extra. We're just this Ogerpon has been waiting so patiently to take its big KO. 6 energy on this Ogerpon. We're swinging 270. Oh my gosh. That's nuts. This was a super weird game. I had game, I feel like twice, if that bug never happened. Definitely slipped my head. I apologize for that. I really wish I kind of clicked on that Alakazam EX to see if I could have taken game on a Pokemon that wasn't there. That would have been funny. But that is most definitely the most TCG Live experience ever. Happy to close out on that one. And yeah, with that being said, I mean, I feel like this is a long enough video. Nothing to dive into here. Just play this deck. This deck is awesome. So yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know if there's any decks you want to see in the future. I definitely have one cooking up that I'm excited to get to, you guys. A lot of people requested it. So yeah, with that being said, stay epic. Peace.